Besides the if statement, PHP also includes a switch statement, which allows you to make selections based on a particular value in a variable. And I'll take a look at the switch statement. Now, switch statements are good when you find yourself using multiple if statements, and there's many of them, and you can condense them down to a single switch statement as follows. Say, for example, you have a temperature variable who's set to 74, and you want to handle different values of the temperature variable in different ways, and you can use a switch statement. Say switch $temperature. So that sets up the switch statement based on the value in the temperature variable. And then you can have various cases, and you say case 70. So if temperature holds the value 70, then the code for case 70 is executed. And in this case 70 is the same as case 71 is the same as case 72. So case 70 falls through to case 71, falls through to case 72. So any value between 70 and 72 will execute the same code, nice weather. Echo nice weather to the web page, and then break. That means that you end your execution at that point. So the result is that 70, 71, or 72 all echo nice weather for the temperature value of between 70 and 72. All echo nice weather, and then break. Break means it ends the switch statement at that point. 73, 74, 75, echo says still nice weather, and that presumably is what we're going to see because temperature holds 74, and that's corresponds to case 74. So notice the syntax, by the way, case 74 and then a colon. You need a colon to start the code you want to execute. If your particular variable value matches the particular case, then you're going to start executing the code after the colon. And of course, it's going to fall through to the next case. If you don't have a break statement, when you have a break statement, you are finished executing the switch statement, and code execution then continues after the end of the switch statement. Case 76, 77, 78, you can echo getting warmer. Of course, you don't need multiple cases at all. I mean, you can just do this and just have case 78. You might even have I want to execute different code for each different case statement, each different case possibility. And if your value, your temperature, is not one of these listed here in a case statement, then what's going to happen is the default statement gets executed. The code in the default statement inside the switch statement gets executed. This is the whole switch statement here, all the way down to the closing brace. And if no case matches, then the code in the default statement is executed. You don't need to have a default statement, of course. That's an optional statement, but in any case, this allows you to handle multiple possible matches to your value in the temperature variable like this. You just say switch, assign temperature, and then you can set the various case statements. When you break, then the code execution no longer falls through to the following case statement, and the switch statement is terminated at that point if your case statements happens to match the variable you are switching on. And when you encounter a break statement, then execution quits. The other thing to remember is the default statement is executed if there's no match to the value you're switching on. So that's the code in the default statement. In this case, we should see still nice weather because we are case 74, the temperature variable holding the value 74, and that's what we're switching on. As you see, yes, we get still nice weather when we're using the switch statement. So that is the syntax and use of the switch statement in PHP. Very useful one to work with when you're working with a ladder of a number of successive if statements, and this can replace that very handily with a single switch statement. It's not available in JavaScript, but you will find it in PHP.